everybody. Welcome to Possible Coin. I'm Brian Cartwright, not dead. I'm here with Rocky Hardy and Tegan Somerset. How y'all doing?
That was the fastest fucking intro.
Yeah, we got business to do today.
I am not... Look, I'm feeling wet and gushy. We got to get to it.
What does that mean? Ew, disgusting. I don't want... What does that mean?
Means I have got my finger up the butt of the internet.
I don't know about all that, but I think he's just referencing Cardi B's latest release.
Yeah. There's a lot of visuals in that music video.
There's some good visuals out there.
There are some good visuals.
Is that the Pussy song?
It is the Pussy song.
Okay,
yes.
I did see someone teaching people the sign language for that song. It was something to watch.
True.
That's for sure. I do appreciate how ASL people really get into the music to help convey the tone of it, which is fun, but also did I need to see that? Probably not. Could I look away? Absolutely not.
I just want to send a very special shout out to every person who is an employee of a state governor whose job happens to be ASL interpreter for a Republican idiot governor. Can you imagine, let's say you work for the state of Georgia, right? You've worked for the state of Georgia for several years, it's what you do. Mm-hmm. And then, all of a sudden, one day you've got Governor Kemp, and he's out there being like, you know what, let's just go ahead and turn this place into a fucking apocalypse, whatever. And you're like, I want to stand up there behind that guy and say these things? How do you do it?
Here's the thing is, he says those things. You just have to make sure that the hard of hearing community understands those things.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And that he is saying them with his mouth. So you can have your facial expression being like, what the fuck, the entire time, and still convey, this is what he's saying, and what the fuck?
Man. Ugh. Do y'all remember when Hurricane Sandy happened?
Mm-hmm. Superstorm, but yeah.
Yeah. And, Bloomberg suddenly decided he knew Spanish.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time. That was a great day. Bloomberg speaks Spanish. I'm a big fan. Tegan, There's a thing that you have on the show doc here which promises to be absolute garbage, so I'd like to get out of the way first.
I mean, I have a number of things in the show doc that promise to be absolute garbage.
Well, this one in particular is a real treat. All caps you have written, the great sandwich debate has evolved.
Oh, yes, the great sandwich debate has evolved. It's so good now. It's so delicious. And there are more sandwiches. There are more things that are sandwiches, but also at the same time, more categories that I can organize foods into.
Okay.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
You don't sound excited about that. I am.
I need more details before I'm wet and gushy.
I will pay you to never refer to anything as wet or gushy again.
How about gushy?
What about gushers?
No. Gushers are the exception. They're a food with gush in the name.
Okay, fine.
That's not their fault. But I don't want to hear Brian being wet or gushy ever again.
Okay. Well, then can you tell me more about this before I'm rock hard steel?
Yeah, okay, you can be rock hard steel, that's
okay.
Fine. So here's the thing. Here is what it is. There is a unifying rule of food, okay? And it is called the cube rule of food.
Oh, fuck.
And what it does is it identifies different dishes based on their starch locations. Right? So pizza is toast. Because the starch is only on the bottom.
Sure.
A sandwich is still its own sandwich, because there's only starch on the top and the bottom, not on the sides. Mm-hmm. And not the front or back facing,
okay.
part. Taco is then your third thing with starch on the side and the bottom. Sushi has starch around 4 sides, but not the front or the back. A bread bowl is, like a cube with the lid off, right? And then a calzone has all 6 sides covered. So raviolis are calzones. Pop-Tarts are calzones.
I can accept that.
It's great. This is perfect. I'm very excited. Pizza is a toast. Apple pie's a calzone. This is so good. I love it. I love this. It's so great. I already reblogged the entire chart on our Tumblr, including the fact that now pigs in a blanket are a sushi.
Tegan, can I ask you for two things?
Yes.
Can you put the image in our show doc?
I can.
So that I can also... you know what? I think... Should that be a Patreon exclusive, or should we put it across all the social medias?
Well, I already put it on the Tumblr.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll put it on the Twitter later, too.
It's great. It's so good. It's my new favorite thing. That's all. I'm just very excited that I finally have definitive answers to all of the sandwich nonsense.
Oh, okay. Let me put that one down.
Fuck.
You alright, Brian?
I need to throw the glitter. You know, like...
I don't know what that means.
That's a reference to the little red-haired girl game that he played before.
Oh, okay.
Where every time she encounters something which is a nightmare, she has to throw the glitter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Tegan,
Gotcha.
It's callbacks. This is a podcast. Come on.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Oh,
Anyway.
my God. Okay,
I will add it to the show doc.
So if I kill a man, and I put a piece of bread on top of him and beneath his corpse, but then I roll him up in a carpet, and I put a whole loaf of bread in either end of the carpet, what is he?
A calzone.
Yeah, he's a calzone at that point.
If I remove the bread from either end of the carpet after rolled,
Sushi.
Sushi.
but there's only starch on two sides of his corpse.
No, but you rolled them up already.
But he's rolled in the carpet, not starch.
Oh, okay. Fine. Then he's still a sandwich.
Yeah, he'll be a sandwich as long as there's only bread on the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hate this.
Okay, why?
No, it's great. It's perfect.
No.
I'm allowed to hate things.
No, you
yeah.
can hate it. I want to know why. Like, what's grinding your gears right now, Brian?
This is grinding my gears.
Can you be more specific, please?
Oh, God. All right, fine. Like,
Which part of this is grinding your gears?
it's one of those things where, like, I look at this, and it is very obvious that no one believes this. Tegan, I
really,
swear to God.
Here's the thing. There's also, like, another one. So, the bread bowl thing is really, like, the quiche, like, shape. There's another one where if it's, like, starch and then starch in the middle of the non-starch objects and then starch on the bottom, that's a cake. So, like, a double-decker hamburger is a cake.
Wouldn't that just... Okay, Tegan, first of all, there are plenty of hamburgers out there with two patties that don't have a bun in the middle. Let's call it what it is. You're saying a Big Mac is a cake.
I don't know because I've never had a Big Mac.
You know what? I'll say that a Big Mac is a cake. So what?
I'm going to find a cliff in Hawaii and throw myself off of it.
Okay. Throw yourself into a volcano, it'll look cool.
I think
Tell us how the lava feels.
It'd probably feel awful. Like, Jesus.
Upload that experience to our collective subconscious so that I don't have to wonder what it feels like to put my hand in lava anymore.
I'll live tweet dying in a volcano.
Oh, please. That'd be amazing.
Maybe it'll end up just being one tweet. Because I assume I'd be too busy dying after that.
I think you can get at least, like, 2 tweets off in the time that it takes for the lava to actually, like, destroy your motor function.
I think, let's be real, what's going to happen here is that I'm going to prep some speculative tweets, leave them in my drafts, so that way, essentially I'm cheating. So that way all I have to do is just be like, send, you know, because, like, nobody's composing eloquent tweets in lava.
I mean, also you gotta figure out how fast is it gonna take your phone to melt?
Well, that's
I
why
think your phone will cease functioning before your body will.
Oh, actually, you know what? The air around the lava may actually be hot enough to force the phone to shut off because of the increased heat.
Oh, yeah.
Lame.
You'd only be doing, like, tweets, like, as you're falling. Like, you wouldn't have time in the lava. Maybe even, like, a dozen, maybe 2 dozen feet before.
Okay, so what this means is you have to find an active lava flow that's away from the actual caldera and fall into that.
Okay, no, I've got a solution. Here it is. I need to rent a plane and get a parachute so that way I can slow my descent, which means that not only will the heat take longer to get me, I'll be able to capture more of the abject terror as I slowly descend toward my death.
Okay.
That works.
This is impossible, Coy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the reason I hate the cube rule of food is that, like, it's probably one of the things which I think is, like, most emblematic of, like, internet troll meme shit-talking.
Sure.
I'm willing to believe that there are some percentage of the people who run around saying that the Earth is flat who, sadly enough, legitimately think the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
I do think the majority of them are trolling.
Ooh, I'm not going to give you that.
Oh,
I'm not even going to say, like, 51% of the people saying that the Earth is flat are trolling. I won't even give you that. No way.
I'm just convinced. And we can differ on that. It's okay.
Sure.
But I think that the cube rule of food is damn near 100%. I'm talking like, we're like tenths of a hundredth of a percent off from like 100% unbelieving this. Like, this is horse shit. This is absolute horse shit. Like,
I love this, though.
Oh, Tegan, I'm not saying that you can't love it. You can love something which is horse shit. This is horse shit. You don't believe this.
But it makes sense to me.
Oh my, no it doesn't.
It does. No,
No.
it does. Like, if you're gonna be categorizing foods, like, by
No,
specific...
you're not, because this is racist. This is racist.
Racist, Brian?
What?
The cube rule of food is
Racist
racist.
against what?
Brian, come on. Racist?
Yes.
Like, okay. Oh my god. You're gonna have to walk me through that one, man.
Okay. This is the fucking colonial imposition of sandwich definition. Just like, picture this. I'm just gonna mosey into Morisco 7 Mares down the street and be like, hello, can you please bring me the shrimp toast? At which point they're gonna say, what? I'm like, why, yes. You see that thing there on the menu, which you have labeled shrimp tostada? I'm here to inform you, your life's a lie, and what you're selling is a lie, and you're peddling a lie, that what this is in fact shrimp toast, because the starch is only on one side. I will then, after that, pile into my car, drive to the nearest sushi restaurant, and I will say, hello, fine sir. Can I please have some of your finest tuna toast? And like, they're going to say, what? And I'm like, well, let me explain this to you. You have some of your foods appropriately labeled on your menu. These here rolls. Those are sushi, as you have indicated. However, these pieces of nigiri, you see that they only have the starch on one side. And so therefore, according to the law of idiots on the internet, it's toast.
Hey, Rocky.
Yes, Tegan.
Rocky, can you give me the definition of the word tostada? Because I do believe it means toasted. And that means it is toast.
Or, I guess, yeah, no, I think it is actually toast. I don't think it's
Okay,
fried.
I have a question. Is paper a starch?
What?
Is paper a starch?
I don't think so.
Is
All right,
what a starch?
Paper.
Paper?
Is
Right.
paper a starch?
We're learning things today. Everyone is learning things today.
Paper products are made from the wood of trees, which contains cellulose, so they go through a chemical process that breaks down the cellulose into starch. Therefore, paper is starch. Therefore, cigarettes are a bread bowl.
No.
Sushi.
No, cigarettes aren't a bread bowl, they're a sushi.
What about the fucking filter?
What about the filter?
It's
Does
covered
that just
on...
make it a sideways sandwich?
No, it's covered on 5 sides.
What's the filter made out of?
Well, actually, I think it'd be closer to, like, something between sushi and a cake.
Ooh, sushi cake. Delicious.
Thanks for listening
But
to
also,
Impossible
cigarettes
Coin.
aren't edible.
Not if you try hard enough. Like, ugh.
This is specific for food identification. So, like, cigarettes technically are not edible.
But
Well,
the guy that
cigarettes
we...
wouldn't
eat
count.
cigarettes.
But the guy that
Yeah,
we...
you can, but, like, you know.
The guy that we killed and rolled up in the carpet, he is edible?
Yeah, he is edible. He'll probably taste like pork. Cannibalism is a thing. Humans are meat. In the coming apocalypse, we will eat the bodies of our brethren.
We're not done with the ostriches yet.
Well, maybe you're not. As soon as we run out of ostrich meat, man, we're going full cannibal. That's a lie. We're in Ohio. We have deer. We're gonna have plenty of deer. That's fine.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wowie, wowie. Yowie, wowie. Okay, so in summary, the Cuban rule food is racist. Cigarettes are bread bowls. You can eat people, but deers come first.
Cigarettes aren't bread bowls. They're sushi cakes.
Try the Lucky Strike sushi cake. It's toasted.
But also, tostada does mean toasted. So a tostada is toast. I did have to look up what a tostada was also, to be fair. That is definitely a toast.
Bet you Tegan's never eaten a taco that didn't come out of an old El Paso box.
Tegan doesn't eat Mexican! Tegan does not eat Mexican food!
It's true.
You've never had a taco in your entire life.
I had a taco, and I had tummy ache afterward. So I don't eat taco. I go to Bamba Taco and Ramen. I don't eat tacos. I eat dessert. I eat a churro.
How is Bamba Tacos and Rum? Are they okay?
They do it all right.
The churro was delicious. I will tell you that. The
I mean,
churro was delicious. The rum was good.
How is our first sponsor doing?
Mm.
You know, like I worry about them.
Whoa.
You know,
they're still there.
That's good. They're doing takeout?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can take out the alcohol too.
Ooh, yeah, no, they're definitely okay.
They're doing pickup with the rum, but they tape around the rum so that you can't pop it open to drink, sort of thing.
For sure.
Oh, awesome! They're also offering delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can deliver through DoorDash and stuff, or Grubhub, or whatever. They're accepting all of the carriers.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll also do curbside pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're looking for just a quart of rum punch and some delicious Ohio tacos, maybe give Bamba Tacos and Rum at 3900 Medina Road in Fair Lawn.
It's Medina.
Yeah.
It's not Medina, it's Medina.
We did do that before, I think.
Yeah, we did that before, and then we had a whole conversation about how we have a road up here called Ghent, but it's actually called Gent, colloquially, even though, the thing says it's called Ghent because, Ghent is a part of England, and we're like, no, that's not how you say it here. We did that whole thing also.
And did I go hey, there was this road in the town I grew up in that,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then I was like, if you were from out of town, you'd say it's Rio Road, but it's Rio Road.
Yeah! Your GPS says it wrong. Congratulations.
Yep. All right, well.
It was a good time. Double throwback.
There you go. A throwback inside a throwback. There we go. It's a throwback cake, whatever.
We're doing the oath of throwing it back.
Oh, Jesus fucking
Christ. And then we gotta do that, what is it? The wiggle? You know what I'm talking about. Rocky, you know what I'm talking about. I have sent you the TikTok.
Oh, actually, yeah.
You know what I'm
talk about some of this other stuff.
Which other stuff do you want? So in good news, I'm finally gonna buy Stardew Valley because it's getting a physical release. They're doing, so Fangamer is doing a limited release for Stardew Valley. They're doing standard and collector's editions. It's very cute for Switch and PC. So, haha. Because, everyone else already has a physical release. The standard edition is $29 for PC or $34 for Switch. And then the collector's edition is $64 for PC or $69 for Switch. And this collector's edition comes with a lot of cute stuff. You get a very cool collector's box, which has, all the seasons on it, across the box. So it's, spring on the far left and all the way to winter on the far right.
Right.
You get a wooden standee, which is made with responsibly sourced birch and cherry wood. You get a wooden lapel pin made out of the same material. You get a Junmo comic, you get a farm deed with real gold-colored foil, you get a cute little cleaning cloth, and you get a bonus poster, but the bonus poster is only available until August 15th. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Is cute. And they're also doing a guidebook, and then they have a bunch of other cute little, like, plushies and stuff for, like, the, like, little seasonal dudes, and there's, like, a vinyl soundtrack box set, and I don't know, it's cute. It's cute. It's not coming out until November, it's not releasing until November, so, like, if you want a physical edition and want to get through the winter season, like, you can do that.
True.
And then when they take the servers offline, you won't lose your game. Dun dun dun! But yeah. So I'm gonna order that, and then I'll play it, maybe, eventually. Instead of the new Harvest Moon.
Yeah, New Harvest Moon doesn't look that good.
I mean, apparently it's fine. Like, my friends who have been playing it have been really enjoying it, but I couldn't get around, like, the chibi style this time, so, yeah, that's on me.
Tegan.
Yeah.
Somehow that reminded me that on Monday, a bunch of video game journalists have crates which are timed to open in their possession tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yes, time-sealed crates.
From who?
From Activision.
Oh.
And when those crates open, they'll contain information about the new COD.
Oh God, will they?
Yes, and Tegan, you know how it goes. You know who's on COD patrol.
Me.
Yeah.
I'll put my boots on, I'll get them on the ground.
I was just reminded of Call of Duty, when this discussion of the new Harvest Moon started, and we got the sentence, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Because we're now, like, somewhere along, like, a decade of Call of Duties where the response by most players is, it's fine, I guess. Ugh, man. You want to talk about Animal Crossing?
I do want to talk about Animal Crossing. Have you guys played since the 2nd August update?
I've not. I did hear about something which will likely stabilize the economy, which is the reason to hop back in.
Yeah?
Yes, one of the bullet points in the 2nd August update was Nintendo said, fixed an error which will cause trees to grow things which aren't fruit or bells.
Yep. No more Starbit trees.
Yep. Or Nook Mile ticket trees.
Yep.
Yep.
And they've been banning people who have been uploading islands to the Dream Suite that have those things. They've been banning them from Dream Suite activities.
And so, like, patching out the fucked up trees is likely going to go a long way towards stabilizing the economy. So what I think I'm probably going to do is, like, hop on to Nookazon a couple days this week and see, like, what's going on, because it means that hopefully the price for things and bells will go up, and the price for things in Nook Mile tickets will go down. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, the people with the hacked trees have just been, like, pumping Nook Mile tickets into the economy, and since the only real way to, like, generate Nook Mile tickets is, like, through labor, like, you have to do the tasks, assigned in-game, like, for your dailies, or, like, for your, achievement board, to stamp your passport. That stuff will get you your Nook Mile tickets, but the only reason that Nook Mile tickets were the default currency of the game was because people were, like, growing all these fucking fake trees which had things that were worth bells on them. Like, oh, okay, like, here's a tree, and what does this tree bear fruit of? It's a bell tree that grows bell trees, and each bell tree that it's growing has 3 bags of bells on it, each of which are 90,000 bells.
That's amazing. That's fucking great.
Right. So we've had people who've fucking done this, and when you have people who have, like, bell trees that grow bell trees on them, and that respawn the bells, and they're, like, selling the shit on eBay for $1, it destabilizes the economy.
I mean, Well, I guess that would be a contributing factor. Like, I'm not sure that, like, Hack Trees were the killer app that shook up the Animal Crossing economy.
And it might not be a large impact, but I think it'll be noticeable. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't, like, 10 to 15%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose we'll find out.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure enough. The good thing about Nookazon is that, like, Nookazon charts prices over time. So you do not need to rely on your smarts for tracking prices. You do not need to keep an Excel spreadsheet. Tegan, you're going to tell me about red dye?
I mean, I tell you about the most historically accurate red dye recipe I've ever heard.
Go on.
Alright, so, this asshole. And not just an asshole in the, like, internet sense of the world, but, like, a legit bad dude. Named John Boyne. And when you got a name like John Boyne, like, you're an asshole. So he was writing a historical novel, the most historical novel. And it's called A Traveler at the Gates of Wisdom. And we don't care about that. What we do care about is this passage included in the book about dressmaking. And in this passage about dressmaking, they talk about dyeing the fabric to get a specific color. And I would like to read for you that excerpt, if it's all right with you. The dyes that I used in my dressmaking were composed from various ingredients, depending on the color required, but almost all required nightshade, sapphire, key swing, the leaves of the silent princess plant, octorok eyeballs, swift violet, thistle, and hightail lizard. In addition, for the red I had used for Abrielle's dress, I employed spicy pepper, the tail of the red Lizalfos, and 4 Hylian shrooms. End scene. So, like, can you tell me which parts of that recipe sound like they maybe aren't exactly historically accurate, but instead come from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild dye recipes? Because let me tell you, the person who posted this on Twitter only underlined the red Lizalfos and 4 Hylian shrooms, when really key swings, sapphire, octorok eyeballs, swift violets, hightail lizards, spicy peppers, red Lizalfos tails, and the Hylian shrooms are all components of dye in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. People are writing about this and they're just like, oh yes, it accidentally wound up. It somehow magically wound up in here. No, okay? This book, I'm positive, went through like 8 rounds of editing. And neither the editor nor the author realized this is a fucking fake-ass recipe, and they just put it in this book.
Who published this?
Who published this indeed? I don't fucking know.
What's the name of the book again?
The book is called A Traveler at the Gates of Wisdom.
I'm on the case.
This is supposed to be in the era of 5th century ruler Attila the Hun.
Doubleday Canada.
Wow.
And the author of the book has been like, yep, well, I think it's funny. And I'm gonna leave it as is. And so I hope Nintendo comes for his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Nintendo, hello. Sue his ass. This is a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Please, he stole your shit. Sue him. He's like a transphobe and stuff. So, like when I'm saying he's a bad guy, I don't mean like, I'm not saying it to be like, he stole Nintendo's copyright. I mean, he's a legitimate dick and deserves it. And that's the tea. That's the tea. This has been authors doing dumb shit with Tegan.
An exciting segment, which I'm sure will recur.
If it does, we'll put the penny whistle music underneath it again.
J.K. Rowling does exist, so I'm sure authors will do dumb shit.
Oh god, it's great! I saw that and I transcended planes.
Understandable. Rocky, what in the world is going on in Final Fantasy XIV?
Oh, I mean, it's more games of the rich. Also, shoutouts this week. The game's going sort of free to play, making 1 through 60 like available for free. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. In Final Fantasy XIV, like other MMOs, there's housing for sale, and housing is extremely limited in Final Fantasy XIV. It's been an issue for the better part of a decade now. But as housing expands, and there are still people who own multiple houses, which is a thing that they're trying to crack down on, but sometimes people use their houses to host people for different events. Like, it's not just like a guild-only thing. You can invite people in, and some people make cafes, or sometimes they do live performances. In this case, last night, there was a live Final Fantasy XIV Underground Wrestling event that came with multiple perspectives on Twitch, including a shoutcast. I mean, it was dope. I just kind of, like, stumbled upon it yesterday, checking in on, I guess, my old new guild. They reorganized since I stopped playing. And I sat down, and I got to watch some real goofy shit. I really liked how they used some of the classes. Like, apparently there was a character who was using a culinarian, and so, like, they were just running around swinging a frying pan for, like,
that sounds great. I approve of that.
There was a lot of monks and a couple, like, blue mages, which is fine because blue mages get, like, unique animations and stuff. A lot of warriors. There was a lot of, like, a giant dude with an axe just jumping into the ring and just, like, slamming everyone at once, and then everyone jumps the ref. It was a great time, and I hope I see more of it. But it looks like last night was, like, their debut show.
Ooh, that sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, man, it was dope. Final Fantasy XIV gets down, man.
And so one of the things you've been doing with your time instead of playing Final Fantasy XIV is playing Fall Guys?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's a hot new sensation. Like, you know, soundtrack slaps. It's a fun game to bound around in. It's suffering from success currently. It is apparently too popular, and its servers, especially on the PC side, have been having a bad time. I've been mostly okay on PS4. The music's good. The minigames are fun. The, like, game show, like, motif plays very well. And so, like, even, you know, if you're not especially great at the game, like, you can always just hang out and, like, watch the rest of the show play out. You know, pick up strats or whatever. And, you know, it's a good time. I've been playing with the boys. Been streaming a little bit with my friend Moy Division, at Moy Division, if anyone cares. He's on his way to affiliate. Like, you can, like, put on cosmetics and stuff. And I'm, like, a half sparrow so far. I'm, like, saving my coins to get something really good. Because, like, there's an owl that I want to get, but, like, you need, like, 6 wins to get it. Like, that's how you get the crown currency that you can trade for certain cosmetics. But, like, playing continuously gets you a different type of currency that you're able to use. And I saved up enough for, like, a baseball player outfit, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. But it's fun. And it's really enjoyable. It's like, you can just jump in and fuck with people. You can race to the end. You can just, like, enjoy the chaos or cause some of it your own. It's a very, like, good experience. And, you know, if you have a PS Plus, like, it's free. Just download it. It's the PS Plus game this month. And, you know, afterwards it'll be, what, $20? Which is, you know, also not big of a deal either. So, fuck with it.
Man, I need to get in there. Really do.
Why haven't you been playing Fall Guys? What's wrong with you?
Well, I guess 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
One is the new Hearthstone expansion dropped this week. Skullomance Academy, and I continue to be really, really impressed with this particular year for Hearthstone.
Sure.
They've done a lot of, like, really targeted, smart things, and the expansions have felt like genuine refreshes to the meta. Not just like a 24-hour rush to find, you know, the new aggro decks. It's really been very, very interesting to see things that have not previously been possible within, like, a single class, leading to some, like, really, really unique results. Like, there's a whole build right now that relies on casting a bunch of mage spells for, like, no mana on a turn. Doesn't matter what they do. Get a bunch of 0 mana spells in your hand, play them, and then make sure you have 2 cards on the board which have the following synergy. One is deals 1 damage to all enemies at the end of each turn, increases based on spell damage, and then you have another minion down that says spell damage is increased by 1 for each spell that you cast while this is in play. So the one card is increasing its spell damage value while you're playing a bunch of no-cost spells. And then when you click in turn, the other card then lights up every enemy on the board, like all enemy minions and the enemy opponent, for however many spells you were able to cast in the course of that single turn. So, like, if you have, like, a handful of stuff that costs nothing, and then a card like Evocation or Mana Cyclone that completely refill your hand, you are looking at, with just those two cards in play, doing 25 damage.
That's pretty interesting.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's something which the mage class has never done before. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, like, there are viable control demon hunter builds. They introduced the idea of, like, soul shards for demon hunters and warlocks to access, which are cards that you can insert into your deck while in play. And what they do is they restore 2 health to your hero when drawn. Warlock and Demon Hunter's class designs are built around them taking a bunch of damage to themselves intentionally. And so you have these cards that you're putting into your deck that can, like, slow that damage or reverse that damage when it's drawn. So then you introduce another segment of cards which break the soul shards in your deck, meaning that they no longer restore health when drawn, that break the shards in exchange for getting enhanced effects. So it kind of, like, puts the health yo-yo of Warlock and Demon Hunter even that much more into your control. It's like, A, do you make the choices that would do damage to you in the first place? B, do you play cards that will shuffle fragments into your deck, or is that too slow for what you're trying to build? And C, do you play cards that essentially allow you to gamble with how many fragments you'll need? Like, oh, this card has a really great battle cry, but in order for the battle cry to go off, it needs to break 2 soul fragments. Like, it's wild stuff. I've been playing the hell out of it.
For sure.
Yeah, like, they've gotten something like 30 hours out of me since launch. I got my screen time report today for my Apple devices, and looks like I've spent 30 hours this week playing Hearthstone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, good stuff. Like, really, really good stuff. I also have not been playing Fall Guys because I have been trying to keep up with my Mexico City Wild Wings.
They are the Wild Wings.
They are the Wild Wings. Yes. They're in the lawful evil division of the Evil League. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I've been playing Blaze Ball, which is weird and cool. It's a fantasy sports league where all of the teams are fake and all of the games are, like, automatically run, as, like, a result of, like, an RNG generator. And, like, the way you win at Blaze Ball is kind of like, is there winning at Blaze Ball? I think you win Blaze Ball by playing Blaze Ball. In the game, you can place bets using coins on games that, like, your team is involved in. You'd be like, oh, okay, my team is playing, I'm going to place a bet on them, and then, depending on the outcome, like, I will, what the odds are of the game, I'll win or lose a certain number of coins. But where it starts to get interesting and weird are that, like, there's also things that you can buy other than bets, like bags of peanuts. And during games, you can throw peanuts at players. And if the player has a peanut allergy, they'll die.
What?
That
you can
is
just
true.
kill people in your game?
Yeah, but they're all actually undead, apparently, if I remember correctly. Like,
yes.
They that's why they play, like, every day, rain or shine, and they play their games, like, extremely fast. So, like, you can temporarily, like, kill, like, an opponent. It's actually a very, like, fantasy-laden universe, because you do have teams like the Mexican Wild Wings, but you also have like the Hades Devils. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the appeal of BlazBall is that it's a sped up, continuous fan like experience. Like the idea is that like the stuff that people normally talk about, like when they talk about their favorite teams in baseball, is concentrated in the game of BlazBall. Like you talk about the various players, you talk about different matchups, and like you get tied up in the excitement of the game, like as like participating in the fan.
Yep.
The game is very fast. Like it's true, like individual games, like I think play like every 30 minutes or something during the week. And a season lasts a week. So you can go through an entire season just by like paying attention to like how these games are going over like the 100 and something hours. And on Saturdays there's playoffs, and at the end of the season people get to vote on rule changes based on how much like money they've made on their bets, which can include things like taking the top 5 players off the best team and just scattering them to new teams.
After the first season, owners and fans chose to open the forbidden book. That was one of the choices.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. And so that started the discipline era. And as of the end of the season yesterday, when the Season 3 champions were crowned, the Hades Tigers, we've gotten a further subtitle to the current era, which is Drought. And so, like, when the discipline era started, that's when you started being able to, like, kill players with peanuts. But you can also purchase squirrels. And squirrels eat peanuts. And so you can, like, release squirrels during games to diminish other players' peanut stock. One of the things I really like about it is just kind of, like, the hyper speed at which it's, like, built a fan culture and, like, a game identity. Like, there's already, like, a ton of, like, BlazBall fan art and fan writing about, like, various, you know, players in the league. BlazBall is, like, abundantly, like, anti-capitalist. Right now, they're currently sponsored by Friends at the Table, Austin Walker's Dungeons and Dragons podcast, which I think should kind of, like, convey something about, like, the vibe of it. Oh, okay. It looks like there's been some votes about the blessings that have been voted upon. Okay, now we're getting into it. I just think, like, Tegan, get in there, fuck around with it, give it a little while, see how it sits with you.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like my bag, you know?
I didn't think it was going to be mine either, but, like...
Dude, you like sports.
I like wrestling. I actively follow no team sports except for BlazBall. Maybe creep in it from, like, the fan writing, fan art side of it, and then fuck with it. It's a good time. It's a good time. I think that we're maintaining a semblance of structure this week, which means that after we tell you about Patreon, we're going to tell you about the news. Rocky, is there a mechanism for people to give us money?
Yeah, man. It's Patreon. You just said it. You're in charge of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. And it's patreon.com/impossible coin, right? That has to be correct.
No, because you bought the Impossible Coin Patreon and then you forgot about it. And then when we started getting serious about Patreon, you got a new Patreon, which is patreon.com/impossible coin podcast. Maybe one day they'll be unified, but you know, who knows if that'll ever happen.
Okay, alright. So it sounds like I'm a forgetful jackass, and there's a mechanism for people to give us a little coin and then get access to awesome extra content. Yeah, well, that sounds good. Let's talk about some things which are not good, like the news.
Anyway, so this week I'm covering our two favorite things here on Impossible Coin: TikTok, Tencent, and Trump. I only said two favorite things because we don't like Trump. So, this past week, and obviously, like, this story is continually developing and probably has updated since recording day. So, forgive us, our lateness. But this past week, Trump signed 2 executive orders targeting ByteDance, those guys who own TikTok and WeChat, and Tencent, those guys who own League, and also ByteDance, and also WeChat. So, in response to the executive order, TikTok is planning on suing the Trump administration, and, like, by the time the show comes out, they may have already done it, because the earliest they're expected to have a response ready is Tuesday. And I know the show comes out on Wednesday, so, The Trump administration signed this order, which basically banned the service from the United States. And their lawsuit is planning on arguing that Trump's far-reaching action is unconstitutional because it failed to give the company a chance to respond, and alleges that the administration's national security justification for the order is baseless. The order was issued in part under an executive power known as the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which arms the president with broad authority to impose economic sanctions when presented with an unusual and extraordinary threat, such as a risk to national security. And obviously there are exceptions to the power, like the authority can't be used to regulate or prohibit either personal communication or sharing of film or other forms of media, which TikTok is definitely able to argue is the primary use of the app. The orders aren't going to take effect for 45 days, which, like, as we've covered before, Microsoft might have been buying TikTok, and so, like, it does give Microsoft still, like, an opportunity to buy them from ByteDance, so, like, we'll see as far as that goes. And meanwhile, we got a statement from Tencent, which is the company that owns WeChat, that they are reviewing the order to get more understanding. WeChat does have over 1 billion users. Most of them are in China, but they do rely on the app for everything from messaging to paying for coffee and doctor's appointments and stuff. And in the US, it's a way for immigrants and students to reach relatives or friends back home. Yeah, I use both of these, of course, because I'm that person. I use WeChat to keep track of my roommate from college, who is a native of Beijing. And I use TikTok to give myself some serotonin in these trying times. So, it's frustrating. I think it's kind of dumb, but whatever. They'll figure it out, or they won't. And I'll either get to use them, or I'll have to move to something else. Instagram's already unveiled their, like, Reels thing, which is totally not TikTok, but is definitely TikTok. But, like, Facebook collects all that data, too, so,
It's definitely a mess.
Yeah. This is, of course, a developing story, and we will be updating it as we go along. But it is important to know that the executive order that's affecting WeChat is not affecting League of Legends, even though the order is for any, like, what's it? How do you...
Like subsidiary and whatnot?
Yeah, it's any subsidiaries and stuff that involves, like, commercial transactions, and, like, one could argue that League of Legends buying skins is a commercial transaction, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see where it ends up. I don't know, we'll follow it, we'll let you know.
Brian, are you still alive?
I am. Jeez, sorry, there was some doubt.
We're just checking up on you.
I'm not sure what I can add to this, which hasn't already been said, like, in great abundance. I think the part of this, which, like, the two main parts that I find utterly gross are that, like, Trump's particular point of offense is that the invasive, overreaching, gross, invasive app is not owned by an American company, and so therefore the U.S. intelligence apparatus can't, like, lean on TikTok to, like, demand user data. which is different than what they do with other social media, which have U.S. ownership. He's mad that the shoe is on the other foot. And it's like, that kind of stuff is not good regardless of where it's domiciled. Like, I'm no big fan of TikTok's data usage, but if I'm a person who's no big fan of TikTok's data usage, then, like, I also have to be a person who's no big fan of, like, the way Facebook uses data or the way Google uses data. Like, it smacks of xenophobia and just Trump trying to, like, appeal to election year conservative boogeyman and being like, the communists are going to steal America by making your daughter dance to the music on a 30-second video. And it's like, TikTok's not great, you douchebag, but Facebook's worse, and so is a whole bunch of other stuff. And, like, the notion that the reason to be angry is like, well, it's not our invasive data usage, it's somebody else's. Like, invasive data usage is bad wherever. And then this business of, like, saying, like, well, Microsoft, why don't you buy it? Because then you'll play ball with the invasive data usage. And also, if you buy it, we want you to, like, tithe a percentage of the sale to the United States.
Yeah.
And
it's big. Oh, it's big disgusting.
And Microsoft's signaling that they might be okay with that.
It's exerting undue influence on the market, essentially forcing a sale to occur. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, there's no part of this that doesn't just make me want to, like, bathe forever and then hide from everything. So, fuck this and feed it beans. That's what...
There it is. That's the brand I know.
Jesus, sorry. Like, apparently Brian was dead.
We just wanted to hear you get excited.
Yeah.
You want to get me excited, Tegan? Let's let Rocky talk here for a little bit.
Yeah, speaking of getting excited, just 20% off, Brian.
Motherfuckers.
So, the Analog Pocket. I want to talk about the Analog Pocket for a second. It's a multi-video game system, portable handheld. It's a digital audio workstation with a built-in synthesizer and sequencer. It's a tribute to portable gaming. Out of the box, the Analog Pocket is compatible with the more than 2,780 Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance game cartridge library. So you can just put any of those in there. You can also put other cartridges in with an adapter, like Neo Geo Pocket, if I remember correctly.
It already has the cores for Neo Geo Pocket, Atari Lynx, and Sega Game Gear. Right.
It also has a very, very great screen associated with it. It's a 1600 by 1440 resolution on a 3.5 inch screen. It's 615 pixels per inch and 10 times the resolution of an original Game Boy. You can also get a dock with it to connect it to an HD TV, and you can sync up any wireless 8-bit Bluetooth or 2.4G controller directly to the dock for wireless play. And it supports up to 4 players, and you can connect controllers directly if you have a wired USB controller too. Pre-orders went up for the Analog Pocket on August 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for $200.
Yeah, they did.
And then it sold out in 8 minutes.
Woo!
And then immediately after, minutes after the listing went up, there were listings from scalpers that went up on eBay for double the price.
Yes.
At the time of when I was researching this story, the floor for bids were north of $450 and climbing.
Gotta love that free market.
Those who are interested in claiming an Analog Pocket for themselves can join the mailing list on the website in hopes of getting lucky on the next drop. But honestly, what the fuck? Why aren't we doing any of this? Why weren't they able to scale up their production? Why are they just doing this like limited, like hype beast drop? I need those people to go save the Postal Service. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, like, the thing is that like Analog has this like reputation for making the most like beautiful, premium, elegant, high quality. Like they're fancy.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, and they also have like thrived on this reputation of like exclusivity and scarcity, and now here we are. They don't even have it listed on the oldest thing that they have on their website now is the NT Mini. When they put that out at first, it was like a single piece of like folded brushed aluminum. You know, and it was like, it looked like what would have happened if Apple had designed the original NES. And they've managed to maintain this, like, boutique prestige reputation. Like, their first product was a fucking Neo Geo carved out of walnut. It's not on their website anymore, but that was their first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and part of, like, the boutique brand has unfortunately been scarcity. They have... They maintain a reputation of being, like, hard to get. Like, I remember when the Super NT went up, and, like, it was like they were sold out in about a half hour, and, like, they knew the demand for this was higher. Like, they absolutely knew that this was going to be, like, significantly higher demand than the demands for either the Mega SG or the Super NT, because of just how much this does out of the box, and how little work is required to get it to do a whole bunch of other really cool shit. This is a incredible product. Incredible product. Like, Rocky, I don't know about you, man, but, like, the prospect of the Game Boy Advance library on a screen that good, that's going to be, ugh.
Yeah, I might actually finish Golden Sun too.
Yeah, like, it just makes me want to, like, run in there and just play tons and tons of shit. The prospect of being able to comfortably sit down in front of my television and know that, like, the image of a GBA game is going to get sent correctly to the TV and not look like dog shit. I can just sit there comfortably playing with a wireless controller and know that I'm doing it off of, like, real hardware. Like, all of that is just fucking amazing. Say nothing of, like, they've released, like, cores already for, like, new game development, plus the music synthesizer. Like Kevtris is a fucking genius, and this is some of his absolute best work. And you better believe I was in there at 8 a.m. and I got as far as putting it into my cart.
And that was gone?
And it was gone.
Ugh. That's the worst.
Yeah. So, bummer. Hopefully I'll get in on this thing. Yeah. Are either of you guys getting one?
No?
Honestly, I'm not going to fight the hype beasts.
You don't want to participate in getting the supreme of the game industry?
No, those years are behind me, man.
Probably the reasonable position.
But, you know, if Analog decides they want to play ball for real someday, I might be around. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. So, let's talk about another reason for gross disappointment in capitalism. So, Apple released a statement to explain why xCloud and Stadia are not available on iOS devices. And here is that statement. I will try and get through it without too much commentary, because I've got some feelings when I get to the end. The App Store was created to be a safe and trusted place for customers to discover and download apps, and a great business opportunity for all developers. Before they go on our store, all apps are reviewed against the same set of guidelines that they are intended to protect customers and provide a fair and level field to developers. Our customers enjoy great apps and games from millions of developers, and gaming services can absolutely launch on the App Store as long as they follow the same set of guidelines applicable to all developers, including submitting games individually for the store and appearing in charts and search. In addition to the App Store, developers can choose to reach all iPhone and iPad users over the web through Safari and other browsers on the App Store. Yep. So, there's been two different interpretations of this, and neither one of them make Apple look great. One is, this is the idea that what Apple is saying here is, we can't let these services onto our devices because we haven't reviewed every game that could potentially be streamed through these services. And so because we haven't reviewed every game that could potentially be streamed through these services, we can't allow the services onto the device. The other interpretation is that Apple is saying, well, if the games that they design were designed under our criteria, the Apple criteria for your platform, then we can do it. Which then raises the question, well, like, if somebody's designing a game product using Apple's submission criteria, why wouldn't they just be submitting it to Apple directly? But, like, I think the thing here is that, like, Apple essentially gets to pick who's going to win the streaming war. That's just the truth of it. Full stop. They still control a majority share of phones in the U.S. market, and they have, over the last 18 months, started to take their gaming division significantly more seriously. Like, Apple Arcade had, like, several really hype drops in the last couple months. They're continuing to, like, pump out, like, really, really good exclusives on Apple Arcade. And, like, the truth here is that Apple knows that what they can do is just not allow anybody to use their products for streaming until they themselves are ready to enter the market. Period. They can pick the winner and make the winner themselves by just not allowing anybody else on the device. Like, Android as an operating system doesn't have the market share in the US to force a winner in the market. And a lot of people who use Apple devices, because of the, like, uniformity of, like, chipset for the phones, providing, like, a very console-like experience for, like, games. There's such a diversity of, like, Android devices on the market that, like, a performance of a game can be radically different between two different phones or tablets. Mm-hmm. But with, like, an Apple device, like, it's just the same family of devices up and down, which means you're like, oh, okay, the way it's running on my device is the way it's supposed to run. Cool. And there has been much better curation on the App Store for games, compared to, like, the absolute wild and woolly west of the Google Play Store, that, like, Apple knows that for all intents and purposes, if people have money tied up in their ecosystem, they've got them for good. Like, people don't want to leave the Apple ecosystem if they've already bought stuff like apps and music and things like Apple TV Plus subscriptions, like, that people don't want to, I guess, cut that loss and give up all those services that they've already paid for or files they already have access to. And so they're like, well, like, even though I could stream on Android, like, I'm stuck here in the Apple ecosystem. And it's just like, I don't know how I didn't see this coming. This makes me feel dumb. Because it's something that is just predatory and shitty and evil enough that, like, if you look at it, you're like, oh, this is absolutely what they were going to do. Like, Apple was serious about games all along. They just were coming at it from a different angle, like, through Apple Arcade and cock-blocking streaming until they're ready to do it. Just, man, how y'all feel about this?
I think it's shitty, but I also don't believe that Apple is holding the keys to the streaming war. Like, I mean, phones are a big part of it, like, especially since, like, Microsoft is specifically trying to target, like, xCloud for phones, like,
right.
But streaming is, like, a lot bigger. Even, like, Streamlink, which had a huge fight trying to get onto the App Store, was an ordeal. But, like, it definitely wasn't, like, the end of Steam or even their, like, experiments in streaming. Plus, like, Google still has Chrome. That's just about as global as, like, iPhone devices are. I think this is, like, an example of, like, Apple holding their cards.
Yeah.
Which is shitty, but allowed. And I think it just puts more into context what Phil Spencer was talking about when he's thinking about how gaming's, like, opponents are. Like, he's not worried about Sony and Nintendo. He's worried about Google, and Apple, and Amazon. Because these are the kind of, like, plays that they're able to make because of the infrastructure they have in place. And, like, I get that. I'm actually very interested to see how this game develops because it's definitely on a board that wasn't previously considered. But I ask you to disabuse yourself of the notion that Apple holds the keys to the streaming war because it's a lot bigger than what Apple's able to do, and they know it.
Okay. All right. Consider me disabused.
Shoutouts. I have a much smaller story. It's very dear to my heart. People who know, but if they don't, I'm going to go ahead and educate them. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is putting out a remaster. It's a really ambitious project, specifically because they're focusing very heavily on crossplay. It's coming out at the end of August, and it's going to feature crossplay for the Nintendo Switch, for PlayStation 4, for iOS and Android systems, which currently doesn't have any plans for Xbox, but they're hoping for it in the future. But here's the thing. So, let's say maybe you're not sure about Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. You didn't play the hugely complex, annoying to set up game that came out on the GameCube or the Wii U, right? But the thing is, you have a phone, likely. Or if you listen to this podcast, you may have a Switch or even a PS4. What you can do is that there's going to be an app that you can download that's called Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Lite. And on it, you can play the first 3 levels, either on your own or with up to 3 friends. And you can see how you feel about the game. If any of you buys the actual license for the total game, everyone that plays on the Lite version with you gets access to the main story, which is 13 dungeons. And the owner of the original game gets access to even harder dungeons that exist in the post-story, which is really cool. And you can do so across those devices. So, if I'm playing on PS4 and Brian's playing on a Switch, and Tegan picks up a phone, we can all be in the same game playing the same thing, which is really, really cool. And I'm very excited to, get my hands on it. However, there's a thing that has pissed off a lot of the people who are fans of the original game's experience, is that the game will not feature local co-op. Which means that even though you can all sit together as friends in a room and play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on your individual screens, you can't, say, connect 4 PS4 controllers or 4 controllers to a single Switch and play multiplayer Crystal Chronicles. That will not work. It's not going to exist. There was an interview with Ryoma Araki, who's the game's director, who had this to say about the multiplayer experience. I believe that players of the remaster will enjoy the same multiplayer experience as they did back in the day with the original game. 3 of the 4 platforms that this game will be released on are portable, so even if all 4 players play on different hardware, they can play together at the same location, or even if they're physically far apart. Multiplayer was made so that players can choose how to play depending on their gameplay style. He goes on to say that their decision to cut local play was because they felt that being able to play with people across different hardware would provide a higher value gameplay experience than deliberately limiting it to a specific platform would. Hopefully, people can see this as making it quick and easy to get into multiplayer without worrying about the technology behind it. Even with crossplay, cross-save, which is the ability to transfer your game across multiple systems, ultimately wasn't feasible either. There is a save transfer system, which is basically you'd have to call Square Enix and they could move your save so it'd be available to play, say, on your Switch versus your PS4, but that's about as close as they got. And I understand that there probably was, it likely was some sort of either-or decision where, we can either allow local play or we can allow cross-play, and there are concerns of, the game existing as, a continuous product, where if one day Square Enix decides, hey, we're going to pull the plug on the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered servers, and then now it's just a solo game. You can't play the multiplayer anymore, which would suck. That's definitely a reasonable fear for consumers to have, but I feel like what they did is good, even if there isn't local co-op, but I understand the trepidation that some fans have in, being unable to, I guess, forever claim the same couch co-op experience that they had when they played with their 4 GBAs plugged into a GameCube.
Those used to be wild times.
But, I don't know. I am going to try to embrace it and, the new culture. I'm just going to have people, hey, man, just download this app real quick. We'll play some Crystal Chronicles. And just get some people together, some people with phones, they have Switches or whatever, and we'll just set it up. We'll do it up. See how that goes. I am interested in how the mobile version will play, because, in the past, some mobile control schemes weren't especially great, but I've also played pretty good Game Boy Advance emulators on, phones, So hopefully, like, if they have a similar control scheme that is responsive as, like, touchscreens are now, it'll work out. But, find out in a couple weeks.
Definitely, it sounds like you've got some, like, emotions invested in this game, so we'll look forward to your field report.
For sure.
So, Sony did a state of play, their first since their big, like, ta-da, here's the PS5 presentation. And there was some stuff in it. They had some things. Mm-hmm. IO Interactive has figured out how to get me to purchase a VR headset.
Oh, how are they going to do that?
What if I told you you could play Hitman 1, 2, and 3 in VR?
Oh my god, it would be Hitman.
It's going to be all three?
Yep.
Truly bananas.
Yes. Every mission will be available in VR. And, oh my god, there are missions I cannot wait to experience in VR. I'm going to walk the runway in Paris as Helmut Kruger, and it's going to be amazing. So, thank you, IO Interactive. Jonathan Blow announced Braid Anniversary Edition, which, of course, made me have to go check to see how long Braid has been out. Braid came out in 2008.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know how I feel about that, actually.
Braid being old or Braid Anniversary Edition?
Braid Anniversary Edition.
Is it because Jonathan Blow is Jonathan Blow?
This feels like Jonathan Blow hitting us up for money. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at it, because Jonathan Blow is going to do, great things. He really, dedicates himself to the craft. But I do also remember that, he made Braid, wildly successful game, and he took all the Braid money and made The Witness, which I'm deeply thankful for. But I guess The Witness wasn't enough to get him to where he's trying to go, and or someone talked him into, doing this anniversary edition. It's not quite even, a big anniversary. It'll be, 13 years whenever it comes out?
Right.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I hope he's okay. I wonder what he's working on. But if it was, just this, I am underwhelmed.
There is another project which he has underway, which he has talked a little bit about.
Right.
Which, requires, building a whole new, game-building environment and development language. And I'm like, holy shit, you're writing a development language to make your next game, and you're building a game-building environment. Okay. Wow. All right. Can't wait to see what the fuck that's going to be, but it sounds like it's going to be a minute. So, I am expecting, another, Witness or longer wait until whatever that is. But this Braid thing looks like he dumped money into this, too.
Right.
All of the backgrounds have been re-hand painted. There's, new music, new, arrangements of music. There's new animations for the characters.
Right.
So, it looks like there's been a lot of care here. And, the thing that, for me, that seems really interesting is the commentary. Mm-hmm. Because one thing which I've always enjoyed is listening to Jonathan Blow talk about design. So, I definitely kind of want to spend some time with that. So, I'm pretty stoked. They showed a game called The Pathless, which looks to be another game cut from the Far Cry 2 / Breath of the Wild / Ghost of Tsushima / Horizon Zero Dawn mold.
I mean, sorta, but I think their, gameplay loop appears pretty compelling.
Yeah.
I don't expect it to be, really deep or anything, but I think it's designed to flow really well.
I mean, I'm definitely going to keep track of it. There was nothing about it to me that, said, this seems like an especially interesting... I'll keep track of it because I like those kinds of games. Mm-hmm. So, and it looks like a pretty one, and I'm like, oh, if a pretty one of those is good, I'll be into it.
Actually, while I do agree that it is definitely an open world, adventure is what you find kind of game, I got really strong, Okami vibes from it. Which I understand that, Okami definitely had, dialogue is a thing that it really leaned on, which I don't think this has. But I think, the act of, moving around the world and the speed at which it wants you to, engage with the space, screams Okami to me.
Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see that. We got a release date on Spelunky 2. Mm-hmm. and I am super, super excited. Like, one of the things I know I have harped on endlessly on the show is that, like, when a game is hard and when a game kicks your ass and, leaves you for dead, that experience should be just as fun as winning. And I absolutely love all of my time spent getting the shit kicked out of me by Spelunky 1. Spelunky 1 is one of the most brutal games I have ever played, but one of the ones that undoubtedly left me the happiest. I love that game. Love it. I cannot wait to, like, dump untold amounts of time into Spelunky 2. Like, when I saw that footage of the clone gun where you shoot objects and it clones it, I was like, I cannot wait to see what crazy shit is hidden in this game. Just like, fabulous. Seeing the clone gun immediately made me wonder if there's a mirror somewhere in the game so you can clone yourself by shooting in the mirror. Yeah. Like, because, I mean, if the eggplant run is any indication in Spelunky 1, then, like, you know that there's going to be stuff which will be even deeper than, like, an eggplant run. Ugh.
Right.
Ugh. They showed Genshin Impact, and, like, I had previously seen stills of it. I'd never seen it in motion before. And, like, it really just looks like somebody took Breath of the Wild, like a modder, and is like, I'm going to take Link out and put in, like, this anime made to fuck or something? I don't know. Like, who is this for?
I don't know. It actually reminds me a bit more of, like, Phantasy Star, I think.
Okay.
Because it's an MMO, and, like, it's an open world. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an open world, like, base MMO. That's, like, a lot less suggestive. Maybe, maybe not like Phantasy Star. Like, it looks kind of like Phantasy Star, but I think it's closer to something like, I don't know, EverQuest? It's like an MMO, but, like, you don't get, like, the fetch quests and stuff. Like, you just kind of run around and do stuff.
Just run around and do stuff and look at these anime titties.
Yeah. Maybe Final Fantasy XI is a good fit, too. Because Final Fantasy XI was also very much like that. You're just in the space and you do stuff.
Eon Must Die definitely directly targeted me.
Oh, I have some bad news about that one, man.
Yeah, I also have some bad news about that one. I think it's the same news.
Oh, yeah. You know that all the artists, like, quit, like, 2 months before that trailer was put together?
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because it seems like Sony stole all their shit.
Well, okay, it's not exactly Sony. Like, the developer, I think it's LSG. I want to say it's like Light Sound Games or something.
Wait, Limestone?
Shit. Maybe.
Wait, is this the Limestone game with the stolen art?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, man. I've had their Dropbox actually open in front of me because, like, the artists, some of them, like, unified to, like, talk about, like, some of the abuses that the studio has been putting on the workers.
Oh.
And, like, how, like, haphazard, like, development has been and how neglectful that, like, management has been in response to, like, the creators' needs. And then a bunch of them, like, mass quit, and they've been in talks with a lawyer to try to, reach an agreement. They weren't able to reach an agreement. And then they put documents that they had, some of it's just proof, but some of it is just, like, statements from, like, the people involved. And then later on, after some legal advice, they took down a lot of the documents that they were going to use as part of the developing legal situation off the Dropbox, instead just, like, putting screenshots associated with, like, the files that used to be there and leaving the statements up.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still read the statements. I've read through, I want to say, about a third of them, and the situation was fucked. But anyways, after, like, they left that studio, the studio still had a publishing deal with someone that was working with Sony, and they had that presentation coming up. So they hired other artists to take the assets that were already made to splice them together into a trailer, and then they gave that trailer to the State of Play.
That's super not great.
Yeah, man. Event Constellation, which I know it's not. It's still set to come out next year somehow. Don't know how that's gonna work, but
Man. So, all right. There were other things. There was a gameplay trailer for Bugsnax.
True.
Yeah. So if I couldn't get any more excited for Bugsnax, I am so excited for Bugsnax. Like, seeing that the gameplay looks like it's equal parts Ape Escape, Pokemon Snap, and farming game. Oh God, Rocky, I am so stoked for Bugsnax.
I mean, it looks like it'll be fun.
Tegan, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on Bugsnax?
I'm not interested in Bugsnax. I believe we've gone over that.
How, Tegan? Who hurt you?
Nobody hurt me. I'm just not interested. I'm allowed to not want to play a thing.
That's true, but it's fucking Bugsnax.
Yeah, I don't know. Bugsnax just did not tickle my fancy. And that's okay.
It has to be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be okay.
Sorry that the fucking Bugsnax don't leave you wet and gushy.
Disgusting.
You keep saying it wrong! God damn it!
He's
Brian!
doing it on purpose now. He's doing it on purpose.
Welcome to the cube of food, motherfucker!
Oh my god.
Alright. So, Auto Chess is coming to the PS4?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Does anyone still care?
Yeah, man. They're a pretty big community. And them making it on consoles is actually kind of a big deal. It's also going to Switch. I had to look it up after. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, PC, mobile, Switch, and PS4.
I did not know that there was still, like, a thriving Auto Chess community. I guess it makes sense. Console's probably a good thing for it.
Mm-hmm.
They showed this Robin Hood game where, I guess, somebody was like, hey, how about we do an Assassin's Creed ripoff? It looks like a old-style Assassin's Creed game. A pre-Origins game.
I didn't get that from it. Like, and I'm not sure about the experience, but, like, the idea that there was, like, two, like, competing parties for one, like, heist seems like it may be, like, a team-based PvP experience. Something between For Honor and, like, Rainbow Six Siege.
Rocky, I had an idea that suddenly makes me interested in this game.
Oh?
What if it was both of the things we said? What if this is a game which plays like the Assassin's Creed experience, but is a team-based competitive multiplayer experience? Like,
Right.
if you're running around fucking Assassin's Creeding people, now all of a sudden it's like, if I could, like, because they very clearly were demonstrating some, like, stealth and blending tactics in, like, the gameplay trailer.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so if I'm fucking Assassin's Creeding around, and you're Assassin's Creeding around, and we're, like, stealth murdering dudes on the other team, now it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, like, if you're like, okay, well, here's just old Assassin's Creed, but with, like, good multiplayer, which is team competitive, like, that actually sounds appealing. So I kind of hope it is both of what we thought.
For sure.
Yeah. The pedestrian also directly targeted me. I thought it, like, looked absolutely beautiful.
It does look really good.
Yeah. Be interested to know if it's going to show up on any other platforms. As it is, like, I think what they're doing is, like, very, very visually compelling, and I can't really think of anybody else who's doing something like it right now. So, like, I look forward to spending some time with that, and I think that Temtem is going to make a shit ton of money on the PS5.
It's also coming to Switch. But, like, Switch was previously announced. PS5 is new. Yeah, Temtem is coming for the Pokemon Company's launch. I'm kind of interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. Rocky.
Huh?
You're going to stand here and tell me that Diablo Immortal is looking okay?
Did you look at the... I left you links, you motherfucker. You need to watch this shit. For those who don't know, at China Joy, China's biggest video game convention, Blizzard and NetEase released a new trailer for Diablo Immortal, which is the new mobile Diablo game. The trailer, which is on our show doc for people who subscribe to our Patreon, includes new models, UI, abilities, and a special appearance from Baal, who's the main villain from Diablo 2. We also got a quick introduction to 6 of the character classes: Diablo 3's Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer, and Wizard. Blizzard hasn't announced the Witch Doctor yet, but so we're not sure if he'll even show up. But the combat looks fucking fast. It's like quintessential Diablo shit. And it supports up to 6 characters in a party at once, which is more than Diablo 3's like 4-player gameplay. There isn't a release date yet, but Blizzard recently stated that internal playtesting is going to start soon. So it's either like this month or like the next couple. But it looks really good. Like, it looks like a fun-ass fucking video game. It just happens to be on mobile.
There is a segment of the game community which will refuse to believe that a good video game can ever be on their phone.
Yeah.
Well, they're fundamentally incorrect.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid. And I honestly think that, like, there happens to be a significant overlap between those people and people who call themselves, like, devout, like, Nintendo fans. Because I am dead certain that when Nintendo waded into the mobile space, that there was a, like, large segment of their fan base that said, ew, phone games. And it would not surprise me at all if there isn't, a lot of that kind of behavior in the Blizzard population of fans. I'd say that the Blizzard fan community is, like, similar in a lot of respects to the Nintendo fan community. So, like, this game could look like a steak with a stake tied around its neck. And I'm willing to bet that there's certain Blizzard people who will just go, ew. But, Rock, if you say it looks legit, I will definitely spend some time and look at this footage.
Jesus Christ. It's just like, watch it while Tegan's doing the next story. I swear to God, dude, it looks really good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. My stories don't matter. That's fine.
Do you like that, Tegan?
What?
Yeah, just could you do this while, like, Tegan's doing her next story?
Yeah, can you just do this while, like, Tegan does a thing? I don't know.
Okay,
fine. We
I'm
don't need to listen.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just yanking your chain. It's all good. So, the writers at Love Struck won their strike, which is cool. So, Love Struck is a popular visual novel romance game. Duh. It's beautiful. We love it. And they announced that they successfully ended their strike. And the statement reads, as part of this agreeable resolution, we are excited to share that every single writer has received a meaningful pay increase and improved transparency at work. The writers are all operating under the collective name Voltage Organized Workers, or VOW.
That's cool.
Working with the support of the Campaign to Organize Digital Employees, writers negotiated raises that increased their salaries anywhere from between 66% to 94%, and also launched a GoFundMe campaign to cover all the wages lost during the strike, which is neat. The writers' success is, like, especially notable because the employees aren't unionized. So without a union's protection, they all actually face termination of their contracts, but since they banded together and stayed firm on their negotiations, they won and got what they wanted. So, like, video game people, organized, it works. But you gotta, like, stick to it, I don't know. It's cool. I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them.
Those are really huge wage increases. Also, their acronym game is fucking incredible.
Right? It's super good.
Like VOW, working in support of the code, because that's what that is, right? CODE.
Yep.
God damn it, that's so cool.
They are cooler than all of us could ever, like, cooler than any of us could hope to be.
I'm gonna get there someday, Tegan. I swear to God.
You sure?
I'm gonna work on it. Right?
I'm not.
I believe. It's so cool. Oh my God.
I want to be cool one day. I won't be, but I want to be.
Oh man, I can help.
Please assist me. I am not cool.
It'll be
This is established. This is canon. Canon on the show is I am not cool.
Oh my God.
But yeah, win. Good job. Very
Indeed.
happy for them.
Someone made double their money, man.
Yup, some people did make double their money. Which, good. They earned it.
Yeah. Collective bargaining works. Don't cross the picket line. Don't cross picket lines, I swear to God. Someone needed to raise you better to know that. Oh, sorry, I have former friends that cross picket lines. Yeah.
We don't associate with those people anymore.
Big upset, but, whatever. Had to be done. Brian, are we still doing the Steam thing?
Man, we have not done that in, forever.
No.
Do we want to resurrect that segment?
I'm just saying we have time.
Yeah, it looks like they've done a lot of... Let's see here. Let's click the horror button. 6 games came out on Steam today.
Okay.
Wow. Feels a lot lower than usual.
It is also Sunday, in the middle of the pandemic.
Including MAIBT, help the government agents in black thongs to end the alien threat and the invasion of the machines. 1 or 2 players, individual or cooperative, gamepad compatible, demo available. This really looks to be like you're like the Men in Black, but wearing a thong. And...
So it's the men in bikinis?
Yeah. So why aren't they just... Huh. The aesthetic, this game looks like absolute dog shit. Doesn't, require anything suspicious. It's also $5.
What?
Yeah, I know. And we've got Dwarf Slayer. You are a very hungover dwarf. A difficult game about tight movement and strategic play. Oh shit, MAIBT looks excellent now. This is terrible. This game is $1.59. This game looks like a legitimate nightmare. This Code Monkey. Learn game development for a professional indie game developer. Make your own... this is kind of like a... Oh no. Learn how to make something in Unity with the Code Monkey. Oh god. Make more Steam developers. Then there's Adventures in Morality, an interactive case study. Take a 3D interactive test to calculate your sympathy. According to Sybil, the AI who built Adventures in Morality, differences in sympathy types is the cause and solution to all human conflict. Hear Sybil's story and discover your sympathy.
Okay, don't like that. Seems weird.
I agree. Then there's Fighter. Play as Barbarian and battle with your trusty axe against enemies of all over the world. It's in early access, everybody.
What's our favorite?
And it looks like it's a pretty standard top-down pixel art kind of business. And then a free demo for Meteor Fall Crummets Tale. And this looks pretty good, actually. It's a deck builder. Okay.
Oh, so they just rang your bell.
They did.
Oh, God.
And the art is just beautiful. Okay.
How much is that one?
To buy the game is like $20. I'm sorry, no, $16. So it's even priced like a video game. Cool. Rocky, take us home.
Oh, right. Hey guys, this has been a show. We do it every week. It's called Possible Coin. It's mostly about video games. You can find it wherever podcasts are found. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Brian, hit SoundCloud one time for me, please.
Fucking SoundCloud, I swear to God. I posted the error message.
Speaking of SoundCloud, our friend, kid brother of the show, Big Sach, did our theme music at the beginning and end of this podcast. You can find him on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ. You can also follow him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. Our logo is also a t-shirt, and it was designed by Lauren Moran. You can follow her on Twitter at Lauren Moran, and consider donating to her Patreon. She does a good business. And once again, speaking of Patreon, we have one of those too at patreon.com/ImpossibleCoin podcast. While /ImpossibleCoin does exist, we are not using it. Don't go there. Go to patreon.com/ImpossibleCoin podcast. There you will find some of our bonus content like watch-alongs and specific audio essays on content that we are passionate about. I guess you could also get Tegan's foot pics there, but that's up to you. That's your business. We are on social media on Facebook and Patreon. That's where Brian hangs out. I'm on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No dashes, X's, underscores, or any of that nonsense. If you see some of that nonsense, please let us know, and they will be dealt with. But that's us. That's the show.
Very cool. Peace.
Bye.
Later.
Wet and gushy.